Hello all. Hey, hello all. Is my voice is audible for all? Yeah. Okay, so we start our section sharply at just within 2 minutes. We're just going to start our section. So this is like JavaScript. We are doing JavaScript project for 5 days, 5 projects. That is the series we right now is going on. We have completed 3 projects. 3 main projects we have already completed, and this is day 4. We're going to work with the project number 4. Okay, it is going to be all the projects are a little bit like not the entire projects. It's going to be an little bit small front-end project. That is what we actually doing in this 5 day series. Okay, and this series is going to be continue. Okay, so this series is going to be continue, and we going to work with 50 projects. Okay, so every month we go and work with the 5 projects, and we continue to be completing 50 projects and even more. Maybe in future it may extend, who knows. Okay, so hi Ahmad Malik, right? Dolphin King, I think I remember your name. I think Ahmad Malik, right? So welcome all. We just start our section within 2 minutes. Okay, so before that I want to give some of the informations that this series is also going to be an certified series. For that, what you need to do means you need to complete at least 2 projects. So totally we are doing each day we are doing one projects in JavaScript, and for so totally 5 projects is there, right? So you need to complete at least 2 projects and put it in your GitHub repository. And if you don't know what is Git and GitHub and all, you just search it in YouTube. You can find how to create a repository and push it, and that's it. That's is more than enough. And give the link in the form that is already mentioned in the description. Okay, so that is actually already mentioned in the description, and you can find the form in the description of our video. Okay, yes, the form is already there. A Google form is already there. What is the deadline? What is the deadline? So the deadline is like complete before the Saturday. Okay, so complete before Saturday. Okay, so that is fine for us. Saturday or Sunday, anything, because we give the certificates within Sunday and Monday. Maybe you get the certificate in Sunday, or if it takes some other delay, it's go for Monday. Okay, so before Saturday and Saturday before Saturday is your last date. Okay, so you can take one day, and this is more than enough, right? So because we are not we give a clear picture how to do and all, and also we just give all we a clear video explanation is already available there. Only thing is you need to work on that, right? On basic HTML and CSS and the JavaScript part. That is actually needed. You can take whichever project you are comfortable with. You don't need to do all the 5 projects. Just do 2 projects. Okay, so among the 5 projects you need to do 2 projects. For example, the movie app, like the water level, 3 projects we have done, and right today we're going to see some other projects, and in that 5 projects just pick any 2 projects, assure this. Okay, so that is actually very important. And one more excited information is also that, and I just going to tell that in the end of the meeting, end of our meet. So I just tell that. Okay, so it is regarding our boot camps and all, and okay, so that is what I just going to share. Okay, so today, so what we going to see today means we just going to see about how to create a background slider, like nowadays the carousels, like that has been old, right? So if I talk with some of the UX UI designers, and nowadays they don't use the carousels. Why? Because means because of some user experience, they find out that instead of using carousels, they are using some of the slideshows. Okay, so it will automatically run that slideshows they are using. Okay, so this background slider is very helpful. You can understand that how it works, and this gives an idea of how to create an carousel and all. Okay, so and it's more advanced than that too. Okay, so you can use that. Okay, so just a minute, I will share my screen and you can know that. Yes, I think my screen is visible for all, right? Right here, so my screen is visible, right? Yeah, my screen is visible. So now what I'm going to do, I just going to show you the project which we going to do. So this is actually the project we going to do. For example, if I click this, you can see this is actually an image part. Okay, so this is actually an image part, and this is a div that contains an image, and you can see that the background also it is changing, right? So the background also it is changing. If I change this image, you can see the same image is in the background, and that is also changing. You can see, and a clear transition is also we have added. That is what we're going to do now. Okay, it is look and good, right? And you can move like this also, like this, right? So this is the project what we going to discuss. And before going to the code, I just want to inform you that if you are watching it in low quality and the code will not visible to you, so at least watch in the 480 pixels. Okay, so then the code will be visible for you. Okay, so that is one of the recommendation from my side. Okay, so this is what we going to create, and let's just look out the front end. What all are the things they have added? So this is a div, right? So this is a div, and this div contains an image, and that image is replicating in the body of the entire HTML, right? So that div is replicated in the body of the entire HTML, and this is another div that is contained the original image. And also we have two arrow marks. One is for the left side and one is for the right side. This is working with the increasing and decreasing of the image. Okay, so totally we have added 4 images, and this 4 images is responsible for the transition. Okay, so transition of the element. So what we have created a div, and inside the div what we have added an image is there, and with the background, with the style of background image. This is going to be a background image, and this image is in the body, entire body. Okay, so that is what we have added. So as previous project, same like this, I also done my HTML CSS previously, because I'm going to focus only on JavaScript, but I explained what all other things I just added. Okay, and then you can use it. Okay, so here you can see this is our HTML, and here you can see this is a div container. Yeah, right, you can see the div container. So this div container contains all the 4 images. Like for example, if I go here, you can see this is one image, another, right? So there are totally 4 images there, and it is going to contain all the image. Okay, so inside this div only another separated div is created, and I named the div name as class slide. And you can notice that slide, and also I added a multiple class here that is called as active. And you can notice that in the next slide it is not there. So this is because why? This is because nothing but if I remove this active means what would happen means you can see no images displayed inside the div. Okay, actually this is our project. Okay, if I put active, that is what we're going to recreate. Okay, so that is the completed project. This is our original project. So this is what I created. So what are the logic I want to create? So what is the image is here, the same image is want to display in the background body of the document. And what I need to do, if I click this right icon, it need to move for the next image. If I click this left icon, left arrow, it need to move for the previous image. That is I want to add. And here you can notice a slide, a div is there, and the div contains the background image. So I added some of the you can get this image from Unsplash. There is a free website for images where you can go and download your premium quality images for free. Okay, you can use that. Okay, so that totally I added 4 images like that. Okay, so the only difference between this div and the other div is here you can see an additional class is added that is called as active. So this active is responsible for displaying this image. If I remove this active means, then what would happen? You can see this image is also not displayed. Okay, so if I put active here, then the second image will be displayed. Then the second image will be displayed. Then if I remove this, if I put in the third one, and you can see the third image will be displayed. Okay, so this active image is responsible for the initial start of an image. Okay, so first I just want to start from the starting of my image, and this is the starting of the image. Okay, so this is the starting of the image, and the default styling, CSS, everything I have added. Okay, everything is everything like add some of the back border box shadow or bg content, and all the things are added, and you can style whatever you want. Okay, so I styled according to my convenience, and you want, if you want to style for your convenience, you can, that is perfectly okay. You can give without arrow mark, you can go with the arrow mark, you can go, that is up to you. Okay, so the only thing is, now we want to work with the logic. So what is the logic? So what is the image is displaying here, the same image you want to display in the background of the body. And second is, if I click the right icon, the image has to transform, and that transform image is also displayed in the background. And if I click the left image, and this image has to transform for another image, and that is also want to be shown in the background. So that is what our logic. So only 3 logics is that we can complete as soon as possible. Okay, so if I go here, you can see script.js file is added. So what I'm going to do, I just going to create another name file, that is in the name of script.js. I created a file. Okay, so we just down the size. Okay, so inside this, I just going to say console.log script.js. Console.log, we can say like slider app, like this, and we can check whether our file is added successfully or not. I just go for my console and click slider app is displaying, which means the slider, it is done successfully. Okay, so this is done successfully. So what is the thing now? What we need, we need uh, the same image. What is the image is here, the same image you want to display in the background of the body. Okay, so for that, what we going to do, first I need to fetch the body. Okay, then only I can set something. So how can I fetch the body? I just say something like const body, created a variable, and I say document dot body is that. So document dot body, it is a property that gives access for the entire body. Okay, if I call this body, means this, now I stored entire thing in the variable that is considered as a body. Okay, so and I say const, the next thing is what I'm going to do for the slides. So this div, right? So for this, what we need to fetch, so the div slide, here you can see the div that containing the class name slide is there, right? So this is what we need to fetch. So how can we fetch this? Okay, so we can fetch this is in the, this doesn't have an id, this have a class, and also it has multiple times. So what I need to do, I just want to create a query selector. So I just say document dot query selector all, query selector all, and inside this query selector all, what we need this class, slide class. I just copy this and I just put a dot and I just paste here. So what this do, this going to create a node list. How it creates all the element that containing the same class. Okay, so let's see how it works. I just say console.log slides, like this, and if I go here and I just click the inspect and I go for the console, and here you can see nothing is displayed. Why it's not displaying? Console, okay, we displayed slides, not, we need the variable slides. Okay, okay, here you can see it creates a node list. So totally 5 node list, 5 class name slide, 5 element that containing the class name slide is there. And the, here you need to notice another thing is the length is 5. Okay, now we have access for all the 5 element. Now we have access for all the 5 element that containing the class name slide. Okay, so we have access for that. Okay, so the next thing what I want, so we fetched the slide, we fetched the body. Next, what we want, we need this left arrow and we need this right arrow. So that is actually we want. So where that is, you can notice the left arrow, here you can see arrow is a common one, the left arrow is different and right arrow is different, right? So I just going to fetch by using their id left and right. Okay, so what I just going to say, const left is equal to document dot get element by id, and I just going to mention left. Okay, so now the left arrow is fetched. Okay, copy, paste it here. Now I just going to fetch the right arrow. Okay, so just copy it and paste it here and change this to. Okay, now we fetched all the 4 things. So body is fetched, slides is fetched, and this arrows is also fetched, nothing to work. Okay, so all the element that we going to work, everything is fetched. Okay, so fine. So next, what we going to do, first, what is the first logic? The first logic is what is the element displaying here, that is want to be displayed in the body. Okay, so for that I just going to start an initiation count. So I just say let active slide. So nothing but active slide is nothing but the which slide is currently active, that is what I just say, active slides. And I just going to name it, I just going to store a variable 0. Okay, because it is going to be an it is in a node list, right? So 0th slide is 0th value. I just say, for example, the slides we see a node list, right? So 0th index contains the first element. So this is the first element. So I just going to access by using the index. That is why I'm saying 0. This is considered, let's consider this as an initiation count. Okay, slides. Okay, so next what I'm going to do? Next what I'm going to do? I just going to use to set this image to the background. So how can we set this? We can set this by using function set background set bg for body. Okay, set gg for body. You can give whatever name you want. Okay, so I just giving some name. So what I just going to say, body. So body is nothing but the variable we fetched here, and body dot style, it is a property, style dot, and what we need to fetch? We need to fetch the background, right? So I just say background image. And here you notice another things, when you working with the JavaScript, this background property and all, you need to work with the camel case. Instead of like, if you go in CSS, you can see for background color you need to give like this, but when you are working some default CSS by using JavaScript, you need to work with this camel cases. Okay, background image equal to, I just going to say what is the image I want. So in the body, what image I want? The image that is displaying in this div, that is what I want. So this div we already fetched. What is we fetched? The div is slide, right? Slides dot slides, and this is containing a node list. So what right now what I want? I want the first element, which means it is in the 0th index. So I just say 0 dot, and I just going to say go for the index, and you can see the node list. If I say 0 means this div is fetched, and inside this div what we need to work? We need to work with the style and background image, right? So what you need to say, slide 0 dot style, yes, right, style dot background image, like this. Okay, after this I'm saving and I go here. Okay, fine. So now what we say, body dot style dot background image is equal to slide dot, instead of 0 what we can give? We can give this active slide. Okay, because it needs to change, so I just going to say, but initially it is in 0 only. Okay, so the next thing what I going to say, slide dot style dot background image. Okay, so that is set. So now what I want to call this function. So I just going to say set background for body. If I call this function, what happened? The body's background image is added. Which image is added? This image is added. Okay, you can see the image is added successfully. In the background, the image is added successfully. So how it works? For example, I say body dot background image. So whatever the image I'm going to give here, that is going to be add for the body of the document. So I give slides. So slides is a node list that containing 5 different tags, and right now what I'm saying, active slides is equal to active slides. So that is contain the value of 0. So that 0 is nothing but this image. Okay, so in the style background, this image is containing, that image is successfully fetched. For example, if I change this to 2, you can see the background is different, right? If I change this to 1, you can see this background is different, because it is first index. It is fetching the image from the first index, but actually what index right now is there? You can see here, you can see active. By default active is happened here only, so it contains 0th index. So if I put the 0th index, then it will be perfect. Okay, so then it's going to be a perfect one. So next what I going to do, I just going to say like active sliders. I just going to work with the active slider. For example, if I change if I change this value, both this has to change and also this has to change. How can I do that? So how for that, I just going to create another function, and I just going to say set active slides. Okay, set active slides is going to be my function, and here you can see this active is by default, this is active, right? So I going to active by some logics. Okay, so that is what I just going to say, and I just going to say slides dot for each. Okay, it is a node list, is going to be used the for each, and inside this I just process a slide, and I just going to say like something like this, and I just say slide dot class list class list, sorry, not here, slide, this is a parameter, and this is we fetched inside this slide dot class list. If that particular element containing the class list, if the particular element containing the class list, then you just want to remove the class list first of all, which contain active, So what this is going to do, it's just going to remove the active list of this. You can see it just what it's going to do, it's just going to remove which contain an active element. For example, right now we have active in the first class, right? So what it's going to do, when it loop through it, so it remove that class and it sets the class for the next element. Okay, for setting this class, what we need to do, slides target based on this active slide, what you need to do, you need to set the class list. Okay, if I change the class list, dot add, okay, class list dot add, and here you can say like active. So now what happened, if I change the class list to 1, you can see both this image and this image will be changed. Okay, so only this is changed, not this is changed. So this is because we don't call that function, right? So we need to call that function. So how can we call that function? I just going to call this function, I just going to say set active slides, like this, something like this. And if I save this, now you can see, if I change the active slide to 3, then what happened, this image is also changed and also this image is also changed. You can see. Okay, so now it is responsive, but I am calling this function outside something finally. But when I want to call this function, when I want to click this arrow marks, then only I need to call this function. So I just going to write an code for this arrow marks. Okay, so arrow marks. So for that, what I just going to say, for example, I just say write, because we set that variable in the right arrow mark. If I click the right dot add event listeners, and event listeners, the event is going to be the click event. And I just going to be give a comma here, and I just going to use the arrow function like this, and inside this arrow function, what I just going to say, active slides. I just going to say, if someone clicks this slides, means you need to increase the active slides too. So by default I put this in 0. If someone clicks this, then what you need to do, you need to increment by 1, right? So I just say active slides plus plus. Okay, so that's it. What we're going to do, if I click this, this active slides is going to be increased, and after this only what would happen, first the set body function has to call, and the set active function has to call, like this. If I click this, okay, so we set the background, we call this here too, okay, 2 times. I call this. Now if I click this, you can see this is changing. But here there is another problem, that after clicking this, you can see when it exceeds more than 5, if I clicking this arrow mark, it is not going, right? So after x, when it reaches the limit, after I click this, then what would happen means, by default this active slides needs to come for 0. So how can I do that? So I just going to say, if active slides is uh, greater than slides, okay, if the active slides is greater than slides dot length, if the active slides is greater than slides dot length, then what you need to do, reduce it by greater dot length minus 1. Okay, so greater dot length minus 1, which means 4. Okay, so here it indicates 4. When it reaches the 5, it becomes false. Okay, so I just going to say, like, make this active slides to 0. So now what happened, when it reaches the maximum length, okay, when it reaches the maximum length, then what happened, this active slide is again go for 0 and it again comes for here. For example, if I save this, if I click this, you can see it is going to work for infinity time. You can see now it's come for 0 and it's going to work for infinity time. So how it happens, what is active slide? Active slide is the slide that we are fetching here. For example, it is in 0, by default it is in 0, then here it's going to be 1. 1 is greater than slides dot length minus 1, no, it is false, right? So this is not going to happen. When it reaches the 4, when it reaches this, like for example, if I just refresh, this is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be the final image. Okay, so when it reaches this, then I say active length is greater than slides dot length minus 1, so it is 5, and this is also 5. So then what happened, this is becomes true, then this active slide by default what happened, again it sets for 0. So the 0 value set for the active slide, then it's going to be again 0 and again it comes. So whenever it reaches the exceed amount of clicks, then it's going to be like this. Okay, it's going to be exceeds. Okay, fine, this is fine. And we need to write a logic for this, what logic for this left side also. So how can we do that? I just copy the logic and I just going to paste it. The only thing you need to change here is left. Okay, if I save this and I just go here, and you can notice that it is not decreasing, it is also working same like this. Okay, so you can see the same pattern is there. So what we need to do, we need to, for left side, what we need to do, we need to decrement the value. Instead of incrementing this, we need to decrement the value. And I want to say, when it is less than 0, when it reaches less than 0, then set the value as 0. When it reaches less than 0, then set the value as 0. So nothing is fine. So if I save this, you can see it come here. If I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, it is reached its top. If I click again, you can see that this is come here. If I click left, it will not work, because this is in the what I say, this is in the 0th index only. So when it is reaches less than 0, then it's going to be the 0 only. Okay, so when I reaches here, when I reaches the topmost value here, now we can able to slow down it, come backward. Okay, it is going to be walk backward, and this is the starting point. We are not able to reduce the starting point, and this is the ending point, and this is going to be happen for the infinity number of times. Okay, so this is actually the code. Actually this code will be work like this, or like this. Okay, so I think it will be, I think you understand what is how the code works, right? So you can see a beautiful transition has been happened, and that is what we just going to return it. You can see this is the transition effect for the slides. Okay, so I just explained the once again the code again. Okay, so what we did in the HTML, you can see a div that contain all the div element and all, and inside this div only what we added another div that is containing the image of the particular image of the slides. Okay, so in the first div I just have an active. So this active is responsible for the display. So which element have the active class that is going to be displayed in our browser. Okay, so by default I have active for the first element. So if I go for the script.js, what all of the element was we need to think about what all the logic. The logic is the same element want to display in the background, and it want to be show the like for example it need to display in the if I click the left side it need to increase, if I click in the right side it need to decrease. That is what we need. Okay, so what are the things we need? We need body, we need slides, we need left arrow, and we need right arrow, and we fetched all the element. You can see we fetched and stored the body element in the document.body, and we fetched the left arrow in the document.left, and we fetched the right arrow in the document.right, and we have a slides, and that is also fetched. Okay, why I use query selector all? So why we are using query selector all? Because query selector all returns a node list. So what this node list do? So by using this node list, we can able to access the inner HTML, we can able to access the attribute, everything. Okay, everything in an element we can able to access it, and we can loop through it by using some of the higher order function in JavaScript. So that is also possible. So that is why we are using query selector all. And what is the difference between query selector and query selector all? So the query selector fetch the first element only. So if an element have the same class for 5 tags, if I use the query selector, it is going to fetch the first coming element. If I use a query selector all, then what would happen? It's going to fetch all the element. Okay, it's going to fetch all the element if it have the same class. Okay, so that is why I fetch the query selector all. You can see it in the console also when you log it to the console. And next what I say, initially the active slides is going to be 0. Okay, so active slide is nothing but the slide here. You can see this is going to be 0. So what is the first logic? Which image is displaying here, the same image want to display in the background. So how can I code that? So for that I just create a function and I say set background for body, and I create a function here. You can see body is nothing but our entire body tag is fetched, and in the body dot style it is an attribute that is responsible for adding CSS by using JavaScript. And what is the property we need to add? We need to add the background image. So this background image is fetched from where? This background image, this body's background image is fetched from this div image, right? So that is why I say slides. So slide is containing all the div element that containing the image and slides. And here in I say, why I say active slides, because it is going to be changed. It is going to be changed. That is why I say active slides. And I say style dot background image. So what is this going to be do? So style dot background image is nothing but it's go for the slides. In the slide background image, what is here? So this URL is here. So this here URL is going to be set here. Okay, so that is why this when I whatever the picture is here, that is displaying in the background. So and I call the function by defaultly because I want to display it when the page load itself. Okay, so and next thing is whenever the slide changes, both this is also want to change and also the background image also want to change. Okay, first I want to change this element. How can I change this element? You can change this element by using loop through it. So first what you need to do, you need to loop through the element and find if an element containing a class list, if an element containing active class list, first you need to remove that and set again. You need to set a class list active, okay, for the active slides. So here I mentioned active slides. The active slide is 0. So it's going to be set 0 dot class list dot add active. So you can what you can do, you can remove this code, and what you can do, you can remove this too. And what happens means when you reload the page look like this. Okay, so that is why by default I activated the active, but it is going to perform correctly when you after clicking this. Only when it contains the page error, then it's going to be like this. Okay, so that is why I say it need to be active, and this is also you need. Okay, so what happened, based on the slide changes, it's going to change the slide indexes also. So everything in a sequence. Okay, so now everything change in a sequence, and this transition effect is by using CSS only. Okay, So now what we need the right and left arrows work. Okay, so we fetched the right arrow by using the right variable. I say right, add event listener. If someone clicks this, listen for the event and run this function. What you need to do, simply you need to increase the active slide. So if I increase the active slides, right now it is 0, now it is going to be 1. And what background is going to be fetched? 1. So the background image is going to be fetched in the first index of the element. So first index is which is placed in the second one, this is going to be fetched. Then what happened, it is going to be, and this, now this active is going to be removed by using the for each loop. And here what happened, this act in here it is going to add another class that contain active by using this add active list. Okay, so that is going to paste an add active list. And if I change this, both the image will be changed, right? Both the image will be changed. And that is the same functionality for function. And here why I'm saying if something like this, because the what is the length of the slides dot length, it is 5 minus 1 4. So active slides, what is the topmost, how many elements we have? We have 4 elements. So 4 is greater than 4. No, we have 4 elements. When this active slides reach 5, it what would happen, the active slides by defaultly change the value to 0. Okay, so if the active slides reach 5, there is no element to fetch, so it is will be still there. So then if I say 0 means it go and fetch the previous 0th index. Okay, it's going to be work like this. And then what I want to do after doing this, you need to set the background color, background of the body, and you need to activate the background of the body. And the same functionality for left. The only thing is when it reaches the 0, you need to set the 0, because there is no negative values in the in our node list. Okay, so we have only positive values. So I just going to set it in the node value. For example, right now we can do that, but it is in 0th index. So if I try to decrease this, then what happened, -1, right? So right now 0 is the value. If I decrease it, it is going to be -1. -1 is less than 0, yes, it is going to be true, and set the value as 0. So only this is going to be displayed. Okay, so this is the lowest value, and the highest value is going to be looping like this, Okay, you can give a very decent styling for this. Okay, so this is going to be a very easy project where everyone can do this. Okay, so you can do it, everyone can do it. Okay, that's all for today. We just completed I already told when the class starts, it is going to be a very simple project, not like API and all, right? So if you have any doubts regarding the 4 project, you can ask now, because we have more time, right? We're going to have 15 minutes of time is that, and we're going to discuss about some of the projects and all. Okay, so right now we created 4 projects, and in that 4 project, you have any doubt, you can ask. Or if you have any doubt apart from this project, you have doubt in JavaScript, you can ask. Okay, so whatever the queries you have, you can ask. Okay, so and now what I'm going to do, I just going to give you some of the basic some of the basic announcement that from the TWD I want to share with you. So one is already I said, right? If you want a certificate for this 5 days of JavaScript program, you need to complete at least 2 projects and paste it in your GitHub. And what you need to do, you need to paste the link. You need to push your project, just drag and drop, or use the git bash code Unix command to push your code and all. It is going to be very easy, and you can push it to the GitHub and send the link. So you can find the link in the description. And it is already available for all the 5 classes. It is available, and the end date is going to be Saturday. Okay, so Sunday we're going to release the certificate. Maybe Sunday or Monday we're going to release the certificate. Okay, so the another thing is, right, I think all of you know, like we are conducting an paid bootcamp, right? So we are conducting a paid bootcamp, and that paid bootcamp, it is going to be an information about the paid bootcamp. So right now we say that we're going to have a limited seats only. So right now only 10 seats is available. Okay, so 10 seats is available. I just explained how we're going to conduct this paid bootcamp. So this paid bootcamp is going to conducted not in a recorded section. It is going to be a live bootcamp for you every Saturday. I just share the information to you. Okay, every Saturday you just going to get, every Saturday 6:30 to 10:30, every Saturday 6:30 to 10:30, you just going to have a live teaching like this. Okay, you're going to have a live teaching. So we teach you all into nook and corner lively. Okay, so every Saturday you're going to have that, and we give some assignment to do at the end of the day. After that, every Wednesday we're going to have another live doubt clearing section. Okay, so if you have any doubt regarding the past taken lessons, what you can do, you can take that. Okay, you can ask in the doubt clearing section also. So every week there is going to be 2 weeks, two classes is going to be there. One is for Saturday, that is going to be taken for classes, and one is for Wednesday, that is going for doubt solving. Okay, that doubt solving is going to handle by our founder Nabil Biswasar. Okay, so he is going to handle all those things, number one. And number two is physical seat is also available. 10 physical seat is available. And who are eligible for the physical seat means, right now we have only branch in the Mumbai, Bhopal. Okay, so who can able to travel there, and if you already in Maharashtra and Mumbai, what you can do, you can get the physical seat. So for getting that physical seats, you need to, instead of, you don't want any online tutoring and all, you need personal tutoring, you need to meet us and you need to train us. Then what you can do, you can come for the physical meet. That is going to be happen in the Bhopal. Okay, so Bhopal, that is going to be 10 cities available. And the syllabus, and another one more thing is the syllabus. What is the syllabus we are going to cover? So this syllabus is very enough to go to get a job or internship and all. Okay, I share the syllabus too. Okay, so you can check the syllabus. What all are the topics we're going to cover? What all are the texts we're going to cover? Everything is listed out. So, and also we, at the end of the syllabus, you just check the syllabus, means you can find out, and you can find out an assignment, yellow color highlighted assignment is going to be there. And if you completed all the assignment from the TWD, if you completed all the assignment from the TWD, T means what we going to do, we going to give you a placement assessment too. Okay, we will give you a job guarantee too when you complete all the assignment. Okay, just hear it. When you complete all the assignment, then only we going to give a job guarantee. Because if you pay the boot camp and you ask for job guarantee, that is not fine. If you are a skilled person, you need to complete all the assignment, and we going to help you for completing all the assignment. The only thing is you need to interest. Okay, you need an interest, and you need a confidence from yourself. We need a confident that just need a confident person and interested person. Okay, and also TWD team has a service based business too. Okay, so they are service based, we are getting some projects and we are working with that too, and our founder is going to associate you with that too. Okay, if you are a skilled person, you can get that too. Okay, so that is going to be the number 2 one. Okay, and if you have any doubts regarding this boot camps, or regarding this workshop, or regarding any text in the development field, what you can do, you can simply contact me in LinkedIn. I will be active there, and whatever the message you are putting in the LinkedIn, I will be answer. Okay, anyway. Okay, so within 10 to 5 hours, I just give a reply message. Okay, because I will be active there more frequently. Okay, so you can get my LinkedIn link here. So this is my LinkedIn link. If you want any doubt regarding this section, you can ask there. Okay, and another thing, another announcement regarding this boot camp, if you want a one-to-one career guidance for free, what I'm saying, for free. So what you can discuss means, you can discuss all your career doubts in that section. So it is going to be a one-to-one section. You can book appointment with me. Okay, you can able to book appointment with me for getting that career guidance for free appointment. What you need to do, I think all of them are in our chat, right? So all of them are in our WhatsApp group, right? So I post randomly every day. I'm posting that one-to-one career guidance is available. If you want to book your appointment, book. Okay, so you personally DM me, I will send you the Candly link to book the appointment. If you have any career related doubt, like for example, right now you are learning JavaScript and I am familiar with this and this, I don't know what I want to learn next. you can ask, I will guide you. Okay, so then you can ask how to prepare for resumes, how to work with the companies, what are the technology need to study, and what are the topic that I want to familiar with, what all are the jobs or internship, what I can go for it, if anything. Okay, any career related doubts you can ask. Okay, so this is going to be a 30 minutes only personal one-to-one appointment. It's going to be that. And if you face any career related problem, you can book an appointment with me. So for getting that up link, what you need to do, you need to personally damn in the group, in the WhatsApp group you are in. Okay, I will just give the link. You can book the appointment by using the Canly. It is going to be very simple. Once you book the appointment in Canly, you will get an Google Meet link in the Gmail. Okay, you will get a Google Meet link in the Gmail, and which time, the time is also going to be your convenient, and we have some specific slot is that, and based on the specific slot you can book your time convenient, and this is going to be happen for next 10 days. Okay, so if you want, you can book. Okay, so you can book the appointment. If you are not in our WhatsApp group, then what you can do, you can just damn me in the LinkedIn. Okay, so I share my LinkedIn. Okay, so if you have any career doubts, and if you want a one-to-one free career guidance session, then what you can do, you just book an appointment in the LinkedIn. You just go and ask in the LinkedIn. I just share you the link in that too. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask. After that we can end. Okay, so I think some of the persons are not familiar with the Git and GitHub, right? So I just explain what is Git and GitHub, right? So just few minutes only for the how to submit this assignment. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to locally create a file like this. First, what you need to do, locally create a file like this, like put your all the like drinking water mobile app, anything. Okay, anything, you need to create a file like this. Then what you need to do, you need to create a GitHub account. So how many of you have GitHub account, or if you knew, you don't, how many of you don't know what is GitHub? Just tell me, I will explain what is GitHub, and I will go through it. If you have already, I think most of us have GitHub, right? So because it is fundamental, right? So I think everyone having GitHub. What you need to do, just create a new repository. Go here, click here, new repository, and after that, what you need to do, you need to give the name for this repository, like TWD project or TWD JavaScript projects, like this, anything, whatever the name you want, you can give the name here, and make sure that is should be in the public. And if you want to add description, you can add, and nothing else. You just create repository. After doing this, you just create this repository, and it will create an empty repository. Then what you need to do, you need to drag this file, and there is an option called upload. Okay, there is an option called upload file, and you can just go there. And you can drag and drop your files there, and it will be uploaded. Okay, it will be uploaded. And what you need to do, there is a share option is also there. You can share that link. Okay, so I will check your codes and all, whether it is being correct, and we will issue a certificate through email and Facebook, not Facebook, through LinkedIn and email. Okay, so you will get that. Okay, so again, I'm repeating, only 10 seats is going to be available. If you have any doubts, you can ask now. Okay, so I just going to wait for another 5 minutes, and after that we wind up the section, because today's project is even more simple, right? It is going to be neat and good, but it is very simple project, so we don't want to spend more time. I don't want to waste your time. If you have any doubts regarding JavaScript, you can ask now, and or regarding the paid bootcamp, or regarding the bootcamp, you can ask. Okay, and also coming Saturday, we're going to have an bootcamp too. Okay, so you can attend that bootcamp. It is going to be 3 hours of bootcamp. If you are new here, you don't know what is HTML, you don't know what is CSS. I know that it has been little bit difficult to understand JavaScript, because I don't teach any HTML and CSS. But in that bootcamp, they tell about, they teach you all about the HTML and CSS. That is also going to be a free one. Okay, so only this paid bootcamp, we're going to select the peoples, because we need to build and service a good people, good interested people and all. So for that, this is going to be there. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask now. just for 5 minutes, and after that I just going to end the meet. Okay, any doubt you can ask. I think now you familiar with how to give a GitHub link to, right? mm, I think Dolphin, like Ahmad Malik is there. What is the what is the this is JavaScript is enough for completing the uh, for JavaScript, as I told, right? For example, if you are learning by yourselves, then what you want to do, you need to just go through this. I just send you the document, right? So that all of the topic we're going to cover for the paid bootcamp members. Okay, just go through that topics by your own. Okay, so go through all the JavaScript concept, go through all the JavaScript concept, and learn that concept. Okay, so if you want to learn by yourself, that is your wish, you can learn. Okay, so only the person who need a personal guidance, a personal doubt solving, and who want to save the tons of time in career development, you can do that. I can assure you that you can finish this bootcamp within 2 months. Okay, you can finish this bootcamp within 2 months. If it is taken some extra time, that is also your wish. And you also think after 2 months, if I don't finish the assignment, what would happen? Nothing is going to happen. Even after 1 year you completed the assignment, we will give you a job. Okay, so only thing is you need to complete the assignment, and we will guide you for the assignment. Even after completing the 2 months also, we will be there and we will help you. Okay, so that is also an promises from the TWD side. Okay, so that is also going to be there. And for JavaScript, it is never going to be end. Okay, because every day there is a new updation is happening in JavaScript, a new language is coming, new framework is coming, library is coming. For that, this is going to be a continuous process for JavaScript. So don't try to master JavaScript. As from my side, don't try to master JavaScript, try to master development, web JavaScript for web development. Okay, so that is going to be very little. You can master it. If you learn the DOM and browser object model, that is fine. Okay, you can master it. Okay, so that is going to be there. Any other doubts? We wait for another 3 seconds, and next we wind up the class. Okay, any other doubts is that you can ask me now. Okay, LinkedIn page, you can find my LinkedIn page, like not the same face is there, and there's something like uh, some other face is there. Let I share my LinkedIn too. Okay, so this was our added is. Okay, so actually this is my LinkedIn, like this is my LinkedIn page. You can follow whatever you want. And another thing is also I'm posting like I'm posting about the JavaScript and all the concept also. You can find there also. For example, I'm posting what is array. Right now I'm working with ES6 concepts and all, how the array works, and how what is the what is the backend concept, that how array works and all. Okay. So if you want that, that is going to be a completely free resources. You can use it there also. And if you want some of them, like for example, if you want to understand some concept that is going to be difficult, you can ask me in the comment. Okay, you can ask me in the comment, and in this comment section I will seriously take that comment. Okay, so take that comment, and I try to put an slide, a decent slide, and that is also helpful for you to understand the concept. Okay, so this is my profile picture. If you want, you can just, it is going to be a nice UI design. Okay, so everything and all. Okay, so I'm posting regularly. From next month you can get all the posts regularly. And if you want some topics that want to cover, like this slide, you want to explain everything clearly in a structured way, then what you can do, you just comment in my recent post. Okay, I will see all the comments and I will reply to all the comments, and I will be actively there. Okay, so that is only responsible, that is my responsibility from TWD. I active in LinkedIn. So if you put comments, if you put some personal messages, everything I will be take care. And we can personally work with that too. Okay, so I will put post regarding that too. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I think no doubts is there. Fine, so we can wind the section within 1 minute. And the same thing is the paid bootcamp is available. It is going to be end, this bootcamp is going to be end only. This payment gateway is available for next 4 days. And I think in the olden in the past few months, we start our bootcamp with the 999 only. Okay, right now the bootcamp price is 1499. Okay, so you now you can understand that what is the worth of that bootcamp. I think so. If you want, you can purchase that and you can join the TWD section and all. And next thing is complete the project at least 2, and this is going to be one of the easiest project. You can complete it and try to complete the movie app. Okay, if you want real world JavaScript knowledge, try to complete the movie app. That is going to be actually an interesting one. Okay, working with API is going to be an always interesting one, and we can do that too. Okay, so I think no doubts is that. Okay guys, we can wind up the section. And same thing, like if you want the bootcamp, you can buy it. If you have any LinkedIn doubts, you can call me in the LinkedIn. And if you want a personal one-to-one free appointment, you can if you are in WhatsApp, just give a text message in the active group. You are actively in the group, in TWD group, or just give a personal message to me. I will send the link for you to get an appointment, and that is also going to be a free one. And 3 hours of this bootcamp is going to also conduct in the Saturday. Be there to get the certificate. Okay, so bye guys, see you in the next class. And next class we're going to build another amazing thing, and that is going to be the last project for this series. And after that, we see about the basics and JavaScript in the next month only. So I will catch you up there. Okay, so